Hey everybody, welcome to Battlefield 4 beta gameplay. I'm gonna be playing obviously Siege of Shanghai, which is the only map available in the beta. Hopefully we'll get Parasol Storm down the line. That would be awesome if we could get it for, I don't know, last weekend or something like that. But anyway, Siege of Shanghai. This map is one of the most featured maps in the trailers. You know, the one with the skyscraper falling down and all the evolution going on, tanks going through the ground because of some pillars that got destroyed, snipers on the rooftop such as the one you see here. I mean, the versatility is insane. You can be on a boat reaping havoc on the shores, you can be on a chopper killing everything that moves, you can be on a tank moving throughout the cities, highly vulnerable from RPGs from basically anywhere. I mean, this map is really versatile, and Battlefield 4 is definitely a huge upgrade from Battlefield 3. I mean, it doesn't feel like a patch overall. It seems like it has a buttload of new features that hugely influence the gameplay and the fun factor. I mean, I know that some people have been issues with playing the beta because of performance and some crashes down the line. Remember guys, this is a beta. I remember Battlefield 3 Alpha and Beta were also highly susceptible to have such features called crashing to desktop, if you know what I mean. Anyway, killing snipers in the elevator, that's awesome. I mean, just you wait for the ring, dun dun, and then boom, see you later. I love doing it. But I also love parachuting down from the top of a building to the streets and just killing everyone by surprise. I mean, it's really awesome. But speaking of features for Battlefield 4, even though this is only a beta, we can clearly see a bunch of new features if you compare Battlefield 4 with Battlefield 3. We have 5-man squads instead of 4-man squads. We have a better class versatility. Now you can basically use carbines in every class. So you can be a sniper, but you can be using a carbine while being a sniper. So you're more of a reconnaissance unit more than a sniper. So you see, from one class you already made two subclasses, the sniper and the recon, or the spec ops, so to speak, because the sniper now has C4, so a lot of versatility was added to that class. But nonetheless, let's keep talking about the features. This time around, Battlefield 4 seems to be a complete experience because we have VoIP, which will allow us to communicate with everyone in our squad. So the team play is much better this time around. The Comoros now has text feed. So it means that whenever you request ammo to someone, it will always also show in the chat box. So it's, you know, harder to miss, and that slightly or indirectly promotes more team play, which is awesome in a game such as this one. In such a big open map with such class versatility and overall gameplay balance, having teamwork is one of the most important things here. Now, it doesn't really matter if you're playing on a vehicle or if you're playing infantry, and if you're just staying on the top of a rooftop, or, you know, being in the front lines with your tank or with your repair tool, helping out your friendly tanks, etc. It doesn't really matter if you're a medic reviving. The versatility is there. So if you're wondering if there's a place for you for your specific type of gameplay, I can guarantee that you will find your place in Battlefield 4. Not only because it's more versatile than Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 3 was already a versatile game in terms of gameplay, but this time around, especially with the implementation of the Commander mode, which is basically an RTS side of Battlefield 4 is a first-person shooter at its core. But if you play as a commander, you will see the map from, you know when you play StarCraft and League of Legends, that's an RTS shooter. And it basically turns the game into something like that. You basically give orders to your own team, you see them in real time in the map, you can select the units, the friendly units, the players themselves, give them orders, or just throw them a vehicle, ammo, health, doesn't really matter. There are a lot of things you can do. And the gameplay is connected. Even though you're playing on the tabletop, you are connected with everyone else in the field, because if they follow orders, if they fulfill the things that you ask them to, it will give points to you that you can use as a commander. Basically, the more points you get, the more stuff you unlock. You can throw ammo, you can throw vehicles, you can even send a missile destroying everything on the area, or you can send a UAV for reconnaissance. All of those things really depend on the actions of the players that are on the actual field of battle. So you see, everything is connected, and this adds up for the versatility of Battlefield 4. So, as I was saying, there is definitely a place for you in Battlefield. Either if you're a sniper that likes to stay on the rooftops, there's a place for you. If you're a medic that likes to be on the front line, healing and reviving teammates, you can do that. If you're a support guy, you're more of a, a calm, you are a more cautious player, so you don't really be in the front lines, but you like to lay suppressive fire, giving out ammo for your teammates, and possibly destroying armored vehicles, then there's a place for you as well. If you're an engineer and you like to be playing on a vehicle, you can be either playing on a tank, on a boat, on an alley, or even on a jet. The beta doesn't feature any jets, but jets will be on the final version of the game, especially in all other maps. I don't think there will be jets on Siege of Shanghai, but basically you will have 10 different maps, or at least 8 different maps when the game comes out, and all those maps will support jets, I think. But it doesn't really matter if you're a jet player, a chopper player, a boat, or a tank player, or even an LAV, or you just like to transport players around, giving a tactical advantage to your team. You can use the transport chopper, or the transport boat for that matter, or a transport infantry vehicle, such as a jeep or one of those big ass vans that you now have in the game. Now, speaking of versatility, you not only play the class that you want, or with the vehicle that you want, but you can also choose the type of gameplay. Okay, I like to be a sniper. But do I like to be a Rambo sniper or one of those guys that stays far behind? Well, I actually like to be on the front lines, even when I'm a sniper. So what do? I place a carbine. I replace the sniper rifle with a carbine, sorry. I attach a suppressor, and I'm one of those sneaky players that is on the front line, throwing motion sensor balls, detecting everyone around me, from the enemy team of course, and thus letting my teammates know where the enemies are, and at the same time place traps with C4. So you see, even though I'm a sniper, I can be on the front lines, I can be a silent assassin while improving the overall experience of my teammates by giving them reconnaissance with the map, using my motion sensor balls, or even spotting because I'm really stealthy, staying around in the shadows, working the corners, etc. So as you can see, there are a lot of things you can do on a game such as Battlefield 4. Now, Battlefield 3, as I was saying, was already a really versatile game, but I truly believe that Battlefield 4 steps it up to the next level. The teamwork tools are there. You have VoIP, you have the Comoros, you have the Commander, the Squad Leader, which is one of the most important things. This time around, as a better, how can I say this, mission when you're playing with it, because your actual war orders now matter, and they are much more clearer on the battlefield, because in Battlefield 3, as a squad leader, you would ask someone to attack a flag. 90% of the players wouldn't even notice that. But this time around, it's really easy and intuitive to understand what the squad leader wants you to do. And if you actually follow those orders, you will win a ton of points. Much more points than you would if you were just, killing players. I've actually seen players that only by following orders, not really killing many enemies, only by the fact that you were following orders and doing a lot of team play actions, like capturing flags, repairing vehicles, healing teammates, reviving, attacking a specific flag, defending a specific flag, they earned a ton of points, and they actually finished first in the scoreboard without having many kills. Like, you can be literally in the first place without killing anyone. That's how versatile and teamwork oriented this game is. Okay, points are not everything, of course. Points do not really define gameplay, but when you are rewarded with a bunch of points, you kinda, want to play more as a team. Even if you're not a team player, you want those points, right? So you're gonna play as a team, and you're gonna help your teammates to win the match. Sorry. That's what really matters, if you ask me. It doesn't really matter if you work as a team because of points, or because you like to work as a pack and not as a lone wolf, or simply because you hate losing even when you're playing cards or anything, you just hate losing. So the easiest way to win in a battlefield is to team up with your squad mates and with your teammates. So again, Battlefield 4 is definitely the place for having hundreds of hours of fun. Of course, the game will not be perfect, obviously. A game with such scale and such versatility will always have glitches and bugs and balance problems, etc. But I mean, it's up to us as a community to pressure the developers, DICE in this case, to actually do something about it. And we can clearly see the amount of feedback that was taken into account for Battlefield 4. Of course, there are some things that are missing, some flaws that were in Battlefield 3, and we still see them in Battlefield 4, but I honestly think that the overall experience is totally worth it. But go ahead, try the game. The beta is free. Go out and try it. Even though it's a beta, it's clearly a promotional demo at the same time. Of course, they are taking feedback, but mostly it's for stress testing the servers, because word is that this is actually a really recent build. So the final game will be, in many ways, really similar to what you're going to experience in the beta. I'm not talking about performance nor stability. Hopefully that will get fixed down the line, especially with all that mental talk from AMD and ATI. But regardless, if you are an NVIDIA user, you will still have incredibly good performance. I mean, let's not forget that Battlefield 3 was partnered with NVIDIA and not ATI nor AMD. So Battlefield 3 was a partner with NVIDIA, and Battlefield 4 uses the same engine, an updated version from that engine. So of course you're gonna have really good performance if you are an NVIDIA user. It doesn't mean that, oh my god, I gotta buy an AMD card or an ATI card in order to enjoy Battlefield 4 at its most. No. That's just PR talk. I mean, of course AMD and ATI wants you to buy their graphics cards, but it doesn't mean that you need to have those cards in order to experience Battlefield 4 on a good way. Just rest assured you will have really good performance. So go ahead, try the beta, it is free. You have until October 15th to try it, and afterwards you will only be able to play the final version of the game when it comes out in November 1st for Europe, and I think October 29th for the US. So go ahead guys, try it out, there's nothing really to lose. If you are having stability problems, it's because it's a beta. Hopefully the final version of the game won't have such problems, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. As long as you, BAM, can run over these noobs, it's all good. Cheers, take care.